The whole history of the world is summed up in the fact that, when nations are strong, they are not always just, and when they wish to be just, they are no longer strong. It is no use saying we are doing our best. You have got to succeed in doing what is necessary. We shape our dwellings, and afterwards our dwellings shape us. It has been said that democracy is the worst form of government except all those other forms that have been tried from time to time. It is a mistake to try to look too far ahead. The chain of destiny can only be grasped one link at a time. When I am abroad, I always make it a rule never to criticize or attack the government of my own country. I make up for lost time when I come home. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. Dictators ride to and fro on tigers from which they dare not dismount, and the tigers are getting hungry. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. I have never accepted what many people have kindly said, namely that I have inspired the nation. It was the nation and the race dwelling all around the globe that had the lion heart. I had the luck to be called upon to give the roar. Without a measureless and perpetual uncertainty, the drama of human life would be destroyed. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. An appeaser is one who feeds a crocodile, hoping it will eat him last. Say what you have to say, and the first time you come to a sentence with a grammatical ending, sit down. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duties, and so bear ourselves that, if the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour. Do not let us speak of darker days. Let us speak rather of sterner days. These are not dark days. These are great days, the greatest days our country has ever lived. The English know how to make the best of things. Their so-called muddling through is simply skill at dealing with the inevitable. War is mainly a catalogue of blunders. In war, as in life, it is often necessary, when some cherished scheme has failed, to take up the best alternative open, and if so, it is folly not to work for it with all your might. No one can guarantee success in war, but only deserve it. If one has to submit, it is wasteful not to do so with the best grace possible. All the great things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope. Curse ruthless time, curse our mortality. How cruelly short is the allotted span for all we must cram into it. We must beware of needless innovations, especially when guided by logic. One ought never to turn one's back on a threatened danger and try to run away from it. If you do that, you will double the danger. But if you meet it promptly and without flinching, you will reduce the danger by half. Never run away from anything. Never. Success is never found. Failure is never fatal. Courage is the only thing. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory, however long and hard the hard may be, for without victory there is no survival. We shall draw from the heart of suffering itself the means of inspiration and survival. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. My most brilliant achievement was my ability to be able to persuade my wife to marry me. I am prepared to meet my Maker. Whether my Maker is prepared for the ordeal of meeting me is another matter. The English never draw a line without blurring it. It is a good thing for an uneducated man to read books of quotations. There are a terrible lot of lies going about the world, and the worst of it is that half of them are true. To build may have to be the slow and laborious task of years. To destroy can be the thoughtless act of a single day. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you are likely to see. You have enemies. Good. It means you've stood up for something, some time in your life. In finance, everything that is agreeable is unsound, and everything that is sound is disagreeable. If you're going through hell, keep going. There is only one duty, only one safe course, and that is to try to be right and not to fear to do or say what you believe to be right. It is a fine thing to be honest, but it is also very important to be right. I like pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Socialism is a philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. Its inherent virtue is equal sharing of misery. Those who can win a war well can rarely make a good peace, and those who could make a good peace would never have won the war. It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. It is wonderful what great strides can be made when there is a resolute purpose behind them. We shall show mercy, but we shall not ask for it. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. All the greatest things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope. Personally, I am always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. The first duty of the university is to teach wisdom, not a trade, character, not technicalities. We want a lot of engineers in the modern world, but we do not want a world of engineers. The inherent vice of capitalism is the unequal sharing of blessings. The inherent virtue of socialism is the equal sharing of miseries. When the eagles are silent, the parrots begin to jabber. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. All I can say is that I have taken more out of alcohol than alcohol has taken out of me. Politics is the ability to foretell what is going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year, and to have the ability afterwards to explain why it didn't happen. Do not let spacious plans for a new world divert your energies from saving what is left of the old.